We're here at Interior Concepts today with Shaylin Folger, who is an expert in plumbing. She works with Mountain West Marketing and carries all my favorite brands in plumbing. Welcome to Interior Concepts.
Thanks, we're so excited to be here.
I'm so glad you came today because, you know, as we collaborate a lot.
Yeah.
And we're both key in helping our clients select the right products. So if you were to tell me, how does designers help you, especially when we're considering thoughtful design, and how do premium plumbing brands contribute to the overall experience, to that thoughtful design?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And I think people ask that a lot. They are commonly wondering why we need a designer and what stage of the process we bring them in, and you know, all of those different questions. And I think that a designer is really important in the very beginning stages. The sooner you can bring one in, the better, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you probably would agree.
Yeah, for lots of reasons.
Yes,
but
for lots of reasons.
For
plumbing especially. Plumbing is really important. There are decisions that need to be made at the very beginning of the process, right? Mm-hmm. Primarily because it's product that's going behind the wall. So you need to know a detailed plan before any decorative decisions are even made. And that's one of the things that we love about the Delta and Brizo brands, is that they offer an ease of installation. So you can choose, especially with our shower valves, any rough-in valve works with any collection that we offer.
Is that what this is?
It is. That's why I pointed subtly to it.
Tell us all about this. What is that?
So this is what we call rough-in. Most homeowners don't even realize that this is going into their house. This is the rough-in valve that goes behind the wall. And then on top of it sits all of your pretty trim. And we're really unique in that every single collection that we offer in Delta and Brizo will work with this single rough-in valve. So, and the reason that that's important at the beginning stages to know is that you can make this decision and then you can choose your decorative trim, whether you don't know if you're going with a traditional design or contemporary yet, you're still figuring out those pieces or what finish to choose. This allows you to be able to be really flexible.
You know, this has been incredibly useful for lots of my clients because it's kind of overwhelming and stressful to pick plumbing at the beginning when they're like, well, the house isn't going to be done for 18 months.
I don't know what finish I'm going to choose.
I'm not sure, I can't decide. So this is incredibly useful, which is why I specify so many Brizo and Delta products, because I can say, all right, we'll come back to it.
Yep.
Let's just, if we do this, we just have to stick within this family and then we're covered.
Yep.
So this is incredibly useful. It's also really useful as I've worked on developments before.
Yes.
Because if we're doing a lot of things at once or a boutique hotel or something, this is incredibly...
You can stay consistent and then make adjustments.
Right, and make the finished decisions later.
Yeah.
Great, okay. So I agree. We do plumbing right away. It's really important when we're working, especially with like slab-on-grade homes, because we've got to get those pipes and valves and everything in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Why would you say a homeowner shouldn't pick their finishes and the end product themselves?
Oh, that is so many reasons.
Or just pick a few.
Okay.
Just pick a few.
Reasons that come first to mind. I think designers have a unique ability to see the entire space. So they see the full design rather than just a snippet or a corner, right? So they're envisioning everything that goes into that space and how it's going to coordinate, and not just coordinate, but how it's going to function. So I think that that's really important as well. A lot of homeowners typically don't realize how powerful plumbing really can be in a space. It really truly is the jewelry of a home. It's right at your eye level, so you see it every single day. You're always interacting with it multiple times a day.
You probably use it more than anything else.
Your kitchen and your primary bathroom, those are the gathering spaces. That's where you're spending the majority of your time in your home. And what are you seeing at your eye level, right? It's always the plumbing fixtures. Yeah. So it's really important to be mindful of the entire space so that you can really have a cohesive design.
Nowadays we're doing, there's going to be the main sink. Sometimes there's two sinks that are big sinks. Then we also have like
and then your butler,
the little sink that's, you know, kind of like where someone might just do drinks, or like a hot cold, or a water filter sink, like a prep sink. And then we usually have, like you were saying, in the butler's pantry. So you can have up to 4 sinks in a kitchen these days in some of our clients' homes. And so it really does matter. And what we like to do is make sure that they don't have to match, but they have to go.
Yes.
They have to coordinate with each other. They have to speak to each other.
And that's kind of what I mean by the whole space, right?
Yeah.
We're designing for the entire house, not
Right.
just a snippet of it.
And we're thinking about the cabinetry hardware. We're thinking about the hinges. We're thinking about the doorknobs and the light fixtures, and how all of those things are going to talk to each other. So it makes it look like every detail
That it was intentional.
Exactly.
Yep.
Look at you. We're just finishing each other's sentences. I love it. I love it. Okay, so one of the things that's happening a lot for our clients right now too is we're doing a lot of aging in place design. How are you guys tackling that? How are Brizo and Delta tackling that? So when we're trying to be really thoughtful of allowing people in the later years of their life to have increased independence, what are some of the things that you're doing?
We have a lot of ways actually that we address this. And people often think about aging in place as, we kind of mentioned this when we were talking earlier, kind of a still.
Yeah, clinical.
Very clinical. And that is not what we want for our loved ones, right? We want to be able to create a space where they feel at home. It's a restful place, but meeting their needs. And I don't think that applies only to aging in place. It can be a lot of different stages in life that have specific needs that are unique to the general population.
Yeah.
So we at Delta and Brizo and Newport Brass, we offer a lot of grab bars that are ADA approved, that are beautiful designs. They're all in the finishes.
Match perfect.
Yep. And not just that, but we also are thinking about other solutions as well. How can we solve problems in the showering space, whether it's a hand shower that, we call them our intuition shower heads, that it's a 2-in-1 docking. So you're not taking up valuable space. It's not something that somebody's going to grab onto. It just is an easy magnetic remove. Or whether it's health needs when it comes to steam, the respiratory benefits or the muscular, or just even the rest that your bodies need at the end of the day, So
it's interesting. I hadn't thought about respiratory, but I do have a client that has severe allergies, and he loves it. That's one of the things he uses his steam for.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really thought about it in that way. Anyone with asthma or any specific respiratory needs, that could be really helpful to help them feel better in their home.
Yep. Yeah, and there's so many health benefits that come to steam specifically, but just water in general. It's just a healing property. And so it's just amazing to be able to bring that into people's homes, and deliver it in a way that's beautiful and functional, and it's meeting all their needs. And I also think specifically for a luxury client, those customers and homeowners, they're looking for something that is going to age. They've already done their aging, right? But they want something that's going to carry on to their family as well. Kind of an heirloom piece, or something that they can create a space where their family wants to gather with them.
Yeah.
How important is it to have your loved ones around you?
Yeah.
So.
I love that you said water can be a healing property, because when my babies were little, whenever they were grumpy, I'd just stick them in the tub.
Yeah.
You give babies
You're not
water?
the only mom.
Let's talk about what separates a luxury bathroom from just a standard bathroom, just from someone walking into their closest big box store and picking up a faucet off the shelf. Give them water. What do you think is the distinguishing factor?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into what sets apart different products, right? So I'm really fortunate in that I get to represent some amazing manufacturers. I have kind of a unique place in the marketplace in that I'm not oftentimes dealing with the homeowner and the end user. I get to work more with the designers, and the wholesalers, and so I see that side of things a little bit more. And so the reason I bring that up is that we do get to work with some amazing luxury lines.
Yeah.
And the quality difference, it really is unmatched. If you pick up a Newport brass faucet, you can feel the solid weight of it, the brass construction. Newport is a great example of true craftsmanship. It's a very hands-on manufacturing process. Every faucet that they're hand buffing, they're hand tooling, It is, the materials that are used are definitely world class. They're using the best of the best. Brizo is another great example. We have a lot of customization that comes with Brizo.
Yeah, it's really useful.
It is.
When putting together a design.
Because you
really
can meet
useful.
the needs of so many different design styles and different customer needs, whether it be, you know, this is one of our beautiful new collections. This is
It's really nice.
Isn't it fun? This is the Rotesco, but you can see the different design elements in every collection. They're very thoughtfully designed. We always refer to Brizo as living fashion. So it's not just a plumbing fixture, right? The luxury market, it's not just the clothes that they wear, you know, it transcends into every aspect of
How
their
they
life.
live.
Yeah.
It's really how they live.
It is. It's where they vacation. It's the cars that they drive. It's the watch that they're wearing. You know, they're telling stories through the things that they're bringing into their home, or not just their home, but their life. You know, it's a very self-identifying things, right? And I think too, not only that, but a luxury customer they're looking for a high quality product. They want something that's going to last.
They don't have to replace it. Yeah.
They want something that's going to be, I mentioned heirloom products, right? Newport brass, they really, that's our goal, is to create these pieces that are telling stories within the home. You can look at it and you see the patina of an unlacquered brass, and you know, that was my kids that set that story. You know, these are pieces that are carrying through generations. So.
The other day, one of my designers was talking about fiber, because she weaves, and I was so thrilled to see how giddy she was getting about it. And I'm watching you. You're like giddy about you're giddy about plumbing.
I love what I do. It's really fun.
You start to light up like plumbing. It's adorable.
It is such
good. I'm so glad you love what you do.
Niche, funny thing that nobody would have ever thought that you would love plumbing so much, you know. But it really, I just have seen the impact that it has on lives, you know, as silly as that sounds. But like I said, water is definitely a healing property, and it brings a lot of energy into a home. So, and I think that designers have that ability too. You know, they're seeing the very beginning stages, and they're asking the questions of the homeowners and the families of like, how do you want to live in this space? We're not just designing for a magazine here, right? You're designing for a life.
Well, and often we don't. Not every project that we produce is editorial enough to go into a magazine, but I'm super confident in saying that every project we do is very specific for that homeowner and how they live.
It should be.
Yeah,
that is what design is.
It's their money in their home. I was doing a presentation, well, actually it was an entire design selection day with a client, and I handed one of our removable little bathroom faucet handles. Is this just a
handle? Yeah, widespread handle.
And I handed it to the gentleman I was working with, and he did not put it down for the entire meeting. I'm telling you,
it's
it was
not
hours.
Uncommon.
Hours. And about every 20 minutes, he'd be like, dang, this feels good.
Yeah.
And it was this exact one. And he would just like, this feels good in my hand. I love it. Wow, this is gonna be so good in my bathroom. And I think that that's what's great about your products, is that they really do feel good in your hand. What are some other things on our finishes or how they're manufactured that really show that Delta and Brizo and Newport Brass are luxury brands?
Yep. This handle actually is a really great example of that. So this is part of our Litza collection.
It's one of my favorites.
It's a favorite of so many, for sure. It's beautiful. But the knurling detail on it is why people, and we're tactile. Human beings we want to feel and touch.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not surprised that he just was, I'm gonna hold this because it feels good and it's something I want in my house, you know?
The weight is good.
Yes, and you can feel the quality in it. But the knurling specifically is a really great example of the detail and the craftsmanship that goes into our products. So when the engineers and the industrial designers were choosing the design for this collection, there are, I don't know if you know, there are thousands of different types of knurling that you can choose between. There are different depths of it. There's different so many things that go into it. The cut, the angle, you know, all
That
of
had to have
that.
been exhaustive to narrow that down to this one.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't my job.
Yeah, right.
Actually, it probably would have been kind of fun. But so they really studied it and looked at, okay, how is this one catching the light? How does it feel in the hand? Is it going to be easy to clean?
Oh,
Is
interesting.
it, you know, so they're really trying to be very thoughtful about the design so that those questions don't even come up for the homeowner.
Yeah.
The problem is solved before it's ever a problem, right? And you can see that in every single collection,
Yeah.
whether it's in Delta, Brizo, or Newport Brass. We also use a lot of really fun technology in faucets too, which people don't think about that either. You know, like what are you using innovation-wise? Lumicoat is a really great example of that we offer in a lot of collections in Delta, and we're moving it into more Brizo collections as well.
When I went on the factory tour, I got to see it being done. It was fascinating.
Isn't it kind of crazy?
Yeah, it's really cool.
And to be able to see, so for those that don't know, Lumicoat is an additional step in the PVD finish process. Okay. So PVD is a type of finish that we use. It's a very durable finish, but the reason it's important to know that it's part of the finish, not just a coating on top, is it's not gonna chip away, it's not gonna discolor over time. So we put in the investment up front, right? These chambers are so expensive to be able to install, but they knew that we're not putting out a product that we're not proud of.
Yeah.
So they're doing it right the first time. And what it does is it creates a hydrophobic treatment in the finish. So you don't get these smudges and fingerprints built up. I always, when I'm doing a demonstration, I love to put on lotion right before.
And like rub
and
it.
I do the like grimy touch on it. And there's, you know, you can't just wipe those away with normal faucets or metal finishes.
Yeah.
But then I just take a tissue and I just simply wipe it away. Or I use...
In the factory, they had me write on, like I used a Sharpie on it.
Yeah. Was it kind of nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
When they're like right on it with a Sharpie and you're like, I don't do this. My mom told me no.
I don't want to be responsible for that. And it wiped right off.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is, you know, there's a lot of different things that in our manufacturing process that they're being very innovative about. Yeah. So Lumicoat's a really great example of that.
Well, I very much appreciate the education that I've been provided. It helps me better serve my clients. Yeah. And so what I appreciate about these brands, Delta and Brizo and Newport Brass, is that they provide our team with the kind of education that we need to make the experience for the end user the very best it can possibly be.
And we value your partnership, right? We see you as an extension of our role. Truly, you know, we can't be in every single home, and it's important that they're trusting you to be able to finish those projects for them. And so we want you to be educated on it. We want you to feel comfortable with the products that you're putting into homes. So
thank you so much for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
I loved having you in our building today.
I always love being here. It's beautiful.